A Course in Miracles, Lesson 256. God is the only goal I have today. The way to God is through forgiveness here. There is no other way. If sin had not been cherished by the mind, what need would there have been to find the way to where you are? Who would still be uncertain? Who could be unsure of who he is? And who would yet remain asleep, in heavy clouds of doubt about the holiness of him whom God created sinless? Here we can but dream, but we can dream we have forgiven him in whom all sin remains impossible. And it is this we choose to dream today. God is our goal. Forgiveness is the means by which our minds return to him at last. And so, our Father, would we come to you in your appointed way? We have no goal except to hear your voice and find the way your sacred word has pointed out to us. Lesson 256. God is the only goal I have today. Imagine a great kingdom filled with castles, towers, and walls. Every citizen once carried heavy chains of iron, believing enemies were everywhere. These chains weren't real, but because they were cherished, they felt binding. Doors were locked, bridges were raised, and the king's own children wandered lost in the courtyards, searching for the throne they already sat upon. Now comes the turning point: forgiveness. Forgiveness is the master key, not forged in fire but remembered from light. With this single key, every lock falls open, not because the doors were truly barred, but because the belief in chains was released. If sin had not been treasured, there would have been no locks to open and no doors to fear. The kingdom was always whole, the children were always safe, and the king was never absent. But in dreams, those locks seemed real. God is my only goal today, says the lesson, and the way is forgiveness here. That is the return to the throne. Forgiveness is not a punishment. It is laying down the chains never truly worn. It is waking in the royal chamber and realizing the crown was always resting lightly on the head. So today's dream is this: not exile, not guilt, but a forgiven brother in whom no sin ever existed. And in choosing this dream, the kingdom shines again, not restored but revealed. Portrait now of a traveler who mistook a dream of locks for a sentence without appeal. He searched hallways for a key that hung, unnoticed, around his own neck. He feared a judge who never sat, in a court that never opened, to try a crime that never happened. Tonight he remembers the master key called forgiveness. And doors that were never closed swing wide on silent hinges. Beyond them waits no distant kingdom, only the familiar home he never truly left. Case dismissed, in perpetuity, in a jurisdiction known simply as the kingdom without locks.